Welcome everybody, this is Koalas versus the King Parrots, the men's over 60 hockey from the Sunshine Coast, and the Koalas, as Koalas are of course, in the grey, and the King Parrots obviously are in the green. Here's Dale cutting through in a nice pass, just picked him up in that gap right there, and now he looks like he's picked it up again. He's going on his own little jaunt, comes out wide to Hammerlinen. Hammerlinen's decides to crack one across, picks up a foot on the way, so he's just on the dotted line there. Dale's in attendance as well, number 7 in the grey, as you can see. That's Bruce McBride there, 7 green. Bruce is getting up in age now. He's come back to Wally Hammond. Wayne Hammond, he's tried to pick up Dale again there, but he just ran through to green. Noel Mitchell is lifting up his hands and saying, what are you doing, umpire? But the umpire had already blown the whistle. I mean, you can't do more than that. He may not have wanted it to hit the opposition foot, but it did. So it comes back now to Andre Anthony there, number 1, and he just slides him out wide to the right-hand side. So they decided to come out to the right. Here's Noddy, a very good umpire, international umpire is Noddy's at the World Cup this year. In Japan, he'll be going in October. And he's also quite a reasonable hockey player. That's him in the cap, just on the ball now. He shows it. Budgie's got his hand up saying go back and around, which is what he does. And Peter's there, slides it into Wayne Hammond. Wayne has a look. It looks like he's going into Drew, and he manages to get that through there. Here comes Drew, he pops one round the outside. Andre Anthony's on him. He just missed a little bit of control there. He's cracking one across here. It's up and it's into a body, so that's it. Short corner, first one of the game. Here's a short corner now. Reject by Budgie. Flick. Oh, outside of the post. That was Arjit Buller there in 8. Just got his stick in the way as it was passed back to the injector there, which was 5. Budgie. Anthony now comes to Buller. Buller's 75 year division at the moment, so he's still going very solidly. Robbo now, Barjas comes through, he's got a runner on the outside and he's going to find him. He's tried, a bit of interference on that side, and all pals together. Peter's got his arms around his number 2, I think that is, over there. I think that's Paul Urquhart. So yeah, here we go, we're just waiting for the restart now. Gray decides to recycle around the back. Ray Mallion puts it into the feet on the top of the D. Could have been dangerous. Be careful with those. Sometimes the opposition manages to get the stick in the right place and you can put yourself in all kinds of trouble. Wally now comes out wide. Hammerlinen get it onto the foot. Umpire plays him on, which is quite handy. Here's Dale now. So look at that run on the outside. What a great run. And Tommy finds him again, and it's a 1-2 pass. Hammerlinen just nicely picks up on the reverse there and pops it onto Buller's foot. So Gray managed to march up the field, which is pretty handy. Budgie now has a look, goes to Dale. Dale runs the back line. Snarpy in attendance, Ian Creevy. Dale puts it off the stick and over the back line, so it'll be a long corner. Budgie to take. Wayne Hammond and Budgie working together. Budgie's has a look and we're on the back line. A little bit of a bobble just to try and get it onto a foot in the D, but didn't take the foot. Snarpy there managed to get enough stick on it and pop it out wide. A little bit close there. Budgie going for the reverse here. Well, he's topped the ball, hasn't he? So that's the back of the stick. The umpire's seen it, of course he would. So Green had a chance to reset. Umpire decided they didn't like the way that free hit was taken, so back she goes. Andre Anthony approaching the ball. Comes through here for Noel Mitchell, the postman. He made a good run into that inside channel, and he's put a long diagonal ball through. Look at that, for perfect weight. Paul Marquardt now hits the edge of the D, cracks one, but it's gone over for 16, the umpire's indicating. Nope, changed your mind. It's going to be a long corner after all. Did pick up the stick on the way through. everyone has a chance to advance up the field now for green. Looks like Ricky Fitzgerald, Fitzy on the ball here. Where's he going? Straight on to Robbo. There's a good shove in the back from Malyon. Now Robbo returns the favour. There's some sort of a mixed tomahawk back stick disaster going on. I think a little bit of afters were being paid out there. Oh, Fitzy gets something on the ball, but McBride misses it. Budgie jumps in and grabs that ball. Now he's run round McBride, just having a look up here. Cracks one long. Where's the lead? Oh, Peter was up there, but he was standing behind Buller. And Andre Anthony managed to pick that one up and worked his way past Tommy, who was in attendance. They're coming back to the right side now here with Mark Watt. Back to Fitzy. So good work out from the defence for green. And here's the postman again, Mitchell. He's looking for his player and he passes one long. There's a couple of players in attendance there, so it was a nice ball through. Certainly the money ball. Josh there at the background in grey just tried to turn it around the goal, but managed to put it into the goal, so it's a long corner. No goal, of course, in hockey unless it's hit by an attacker inside that D. Fitzy comes wide. Noddy swings his stick. Try and pick it up on the way through, but misses. Now he's in the D. Running the back line, across the face. No. And the short corner given. So that's the first short corner for green. Somebody's thrown the ball up in the air. Of course, it's hit the crossbar, which it's funnily enough is prone to do. Now we've got KR, Big Keith Robertson on the ball, 70 this year. He has a way of hitting the ball in from a short corner. He lifts his stick, he hesitates for a second, then he hits, and it often throws out the defence, which they take off, and the umpire often sends one to the halfway line, which is exactly what he's just done. And there's the early break, so the umpire sends something to the halfway line. And this is the value in knowing your players, of course. A lot of these players have been playing against each other for quite a few years and should know the idiosyncrasies of some of the opposition players, especially on a set piece like this. So let's see what Robbo does again. Here we are, there's a look. Another slight pause at the top. And there's Dale, which is a real tragedy for Gray because Dale's the fastest runner out of that bunch that's left behind. I don't think Gray can afford to lose many more off the back line here, other than just the goalkeeper and one defender. They finally learned their lesson. Postman cracks one, it goes up. Umpire plays it on. Mark Watt's on attendance. Keeper's down and he manages to save that and get it away. Well done. Oh, and Argent's left the ball behind him, so good. Nice one, Marty Prudes there in the goal. Ball's coming out down this side now. Here's Alistair Hogg. You see Alistair has got a leg in one corner. He tries to slap the ball in his way. He had Peter up there in the left corner, but he's lost out to Fitzy. And Fitzy's just managed to put it off the sideline, so it really didn't do too much damage. Noddy there, toying with his man, gives it to Budgie. Has a look, where's it going? Coming across court. Picked up there, but just favour returned, sending it back the other way. Dale now, got to run around here. Oh, that's Budgie coming out wide. Dale runs around him very nicely, very nice run. A quality lead that one. It's come across the face of goal, and it's come on the reverse side, and the players put it up there. Snappy Ian Creevy's just bubbled up off his stick, and that'll go for another short corner. So this is the second short corner for Gray, the Koalas. Let's see what they've got this time. We've got Alistair Hogg there in the orange socks on the top of the D. Budgie to inject. Alistair tends to slap a ball, which can be a little bit tricky when you're shooting short corners, because the ball can tend to go a little bit higher. Let's just see what happens. Here it comes now. Here's Alistair. He's collected the ball, lifted it high. It comes back up the keeper. Surprisingly enough, that's it's given a free out. It looked like it was dropped down on the player, and there wasn't a green shirt 5 metres away, so it looked like. But anyway, play on. Straight back to Gray, but they've missed it. One misses it, two misses it. and Green picks it up. Quick play on by Mitchell. Yeah, 1-2. Mitchell again, goes on the reverse, slides it through the line, back across the face. Fitzy, he's nice and strong on the ball. Dale puts a stick on him and manages to get something on it. Hammond has a look, goes left. McBride now comes out wide. So it's turnover ball here by the looks of things. Ray Malian, 11 for the Koalas, about to inject from the sideline. He takes a sideline hit, puts it onto Budgie's stick as he comes back. Oh, there's Mitchell's got his stick around Budgie's foot. But the umpire's played it on. Budgie's not too happy about all of that. Anyway, he's back on his feet. Oh, there's a little flick pass. He better get his skates on now, get back into the action, and he does. He's up and away, has a look. Goes left, goes right. Just puts it onto the foot here of Ian Creevy and picks up the free. So that allows Gray to come up the field in numbers. Here's Peter, 16. Where's he going? There's a look around. Dale's running around like a mad thing here. Cycling out to the right hand side. There's into the face. And here's Alistair right in the face of goal. Alistair Hogg. Oh. And then he's gone and obstructed. And Andre Anthony there. Yeah. Anywhere but there, Alistair might have been nice, but there you go. Certainly he got in the right position, right in front of the keeper. And here's Robbo in attendance, manages to go in amongst three other players, picks up the ball, and then unfortunately puts it out over the sideline, having done all the hard work. Isn't that just the way of things sometimes? Oh, Peter nearly had his pocket picked. Hammond. Alan Ahern, there goes long. There's another Peter up in attendance in the D. It's gone out over the back line. Very nice ball, Alan Ahern. I don't think we've seen much of him this game so far, but he's out there. Over on the far side, Gray, number 8. Here's Budgie. Throws one across here for Jeff. Jeff Gerber, having a look. There's an angle in, and there's a free hit to Gray. The umpire's going to pull it back though. Budgie didn't look confident that he was going to get away with that one. Probably worth a try, but the umpire's probably always going to pull it back. Wally Hammond comes to Budgie. Where's he going? Pulls it back, having a look. Throws across the face. But Green on the penalty spot. Picks it up and throws it long. Anywhere will do. Malian retreats at 3 knots an hour, which is just about sprinting pace for Ray. Now he's half past the ball to Jeff, and Jeff's got to walk an equal distance to get it from over at the sideline. Anyway, here we go, back to Malian again. He's got a player on the left if he can use, and there's Peter over there, but he comes back to number 5, Budgie. Budgie turns his player, and we've got Paul in attendance here. He's decided to put it into Mitchell's foot. The postman gets one on the leg, it'll be the leg man. So they reset from the centre position now with Wayne Hammond for Gray in the white cap. Here he comes. Wally Hammond, ex-Olympian, 70 years old now. Budgie's pointing out to the right. But, Wayne's going to come to this side by the looks of things. On as far as Snarpy. And Snarpy's done the right thing and race cycle round the back. Hogg takes on Andre Anthony, puts pressure on him. Looks like Robbo's tackling himself here. And he's barging through people. You just can't barge people over there like that, Robbo. It's amazing the number of times that umpires give that. There's actually a rule that says you can't run through a player. That's what the actual rule says. So putting a ball through and then just trying to barge a player out of the way is against the rules, but players do it all the time, enough to get away with it. Good reach from Dale there. And he flips it sideways to Rusty. And Rusty, you need to get rid of this if you can, and he does. Back to Dale. Oh, Dale's taken on Anthony, or Anthony's tackled Dale more likely. And he's out over the sideline, so well done, Andre. This looks like a free hit, a sideline hit. A tough Andre Anthony stick, that's going to go for a long. Jeff Gebhard on the ball now for Gray. Dale takes off, good lead, a nice ball. There it comes across the face, bobbles up. Oh, it's a shot on target. Wow, very nicely done. Another good chance when begging for Gray. He just can't seem to get it in the back of the net, but the ball was absolutely excellent. Buller now for Green, still got the ball, shoves it through, Budgie cleans up, throws it back to Hammond. Yeah, and he just slides it out of there. Ex-Olympian, as I said, knows his onions. Back to the sideline, Rusty's going to be careful here, he's going to have his pocket picked by Snarpy. The umpire plays it on, there's Dale. Rusty number 12, Russell Tuck. 75-year division, you can see his knees have completely gone as he walks. One leg goes at an oblique angle, and he's not at all mobile these days, but he still can score a goal. He scored one in this carnival already. Postman now slides one through the gap, very nicely done, but only as far as Peter. He pops it up to Ahern, back to Peter, comes out wide, nicely done Peter, and he puts it up to Rusty. Rusty again is playing or toying with Snarpy, more likely. Peter shoots one across the middle of the field, but to nobody in particular. And here's Fitzy now in his usual awkward style. He protects the ball really well. Now just having a look around, Green's weighing up their options. Back to Buller. He goes on the reverse, slides it cross court, and that one looks like it's going to fall free to Andre Anthony, which it does. Out here now to Noel Mitchell, the postman, and he's on his own little jaunt. He's having a look up, and he passes one back inside, very nicely done, finds his player. But that's been broken down by Alistair Hogg, who came back like a train and put the stick in between Fitzy's legs. He got the free hit and just managed to break down the play. Hogg's now taking him on the edge of the D, and the umpire's given another free hit. Fitzy now. It's coming out wide. Alistair and Gray taking on Paul Marquardt. Gray take the free. Nobody seems to be troubling too much, and that's because it's the half-time break. So no score at the half-time break. It's been pretty even, chances both ways. Probably Gray have had the lion's share of the chances, but couldn't convert. They certainly had more short corners and 2 or 3 very good chances, especially with Alistair Hogg, who had one right in front of the goal, but the keeper was on him like a rash. Peter getting in the way of Robbo there and breaking down the play. So now you've got 1, 2, 3 Greys right there. Ajit Buller in green, 8, 75-year-old. Comes across court, he's hit one long, it's his own player, Fitzy there, Ricky Fitzgerald, running into the gap and managing to get it on the foot. So right place, almost. Peter throws it to Radar, bit of Radar love. Now the coming out on the right hand side here, tries to one time it, didn't get enough on it to change the angle sufficiently to keep it from going over the sideline. Did get something on it, but not enough. Green recycles now, comes back around, that's the way to do it, move the opposition. Rusty comes in there, but he's never going to get past Paul Marquardt with his speed and pace. There's Paul on the ball now, number 2. He steps inside Dale. Dale gets back at him. Unfortunately, nobody in attendance there. Tommy Hammerleinen is the centre forward, just walking back in to put semi-pressure onto Green. And Green hits the ball away to nothing, so looking for Bruce McBride as he was retreating back down the far side there from the left wing position. Melvin picks up the ball and walks it forward. That's the umpire. Where am I putting this one? Somewhere there. He's going to do the trick. And that's an interesting play, and he's only put it onto Robbo's stick. He mishit the thing. He was trying to come across into the middle of the field, which is always a little bit tricky. There's a bit of danger there when you're back in your own 23. Marquardt now. Back to Buller. It looks like the right side attack and defence for Gray is, the left side, I beg your pardon, is more or less evaporated. Is Josh now facing off Paul Marquardt. Paul puts a run on him, Josh will never recover. So Buller, the 2 number 8s there, Alan Ahern and Ajit Buller, both claiming they won the ball fairly. The umpire's got to adjudicate. I think it's come down in favour of the Green Parrot. No, Josh has stepped up. Ajit can't believe it. He says, yeah, he came over the top of the umpire. Too bad. And Josh has just given the ball back to them effectively. Dale's in there now. Ajit gets another chance. Gray would be much better off there recycling like Green were doing before. Get somebody deep at 45 to pick up the ball and then just go across and around the back. Now there's too much Green in the Grey half. So puts an awful lot of pressure on people. Let's lift it up into Dale. Comes out here to Rusty. See Rusty charging along there, but it's a real struggle for him with his legs as they are. He's got a chance here. Hammerleinen is in behind the defence. And he's going to take him on here. He manages to pop it through, flips it to the side. Here's Peter, just ran in behind him. Green just got enough on that to make the difference. Oh, and that's the defender got in the way sufficiently to allow another defender to come in and give assistance. But, Gray picked it up again here, taking a long time to get this ball across. Is to go back 1-2 between them. Have a look up. Here it comes. I think that's Noddy over there. Rod Hurst across the face of goal and come through. Tommy Hammerleinen and Alan Ahern there, both in a very good position, both in line with the ball, but neither managed to get enough on it. Number 5 coming back into the play here. Budgie, cap on backwards. This is the new Queensland cap, which we're selling at the carnival. Soft peak to stop people from damaging each other. Marquardt, Robbo, Keith Robertson, puts it onto Josh, but Marquardt jumps in front of him. He's just far too fast and too sneaky. And there's a touch from, Ray Mallion missed out there, didn't get enough on it, unlike Ray. Here's Bitsy round the back of the players, now runs the back line across the face of goal. Oh yeah, very nicely done. Yeah, the keeper was down there, so poor old Martin, he went down, he tried to get something on that, but about bobbled over his stick. Attacker at the back post, absolutely perfect position and a nice easy finish. Gray come forward now, Budgie having a look, where's he going? Alistair runs into a little gap there, but Budgie tried to get it over the top to him, didn't manage to do so, had to get it up and down in order to make that one work, which it didn't. Robbo now running around the back. Cracks one across. And Noddy does a little hop, skip and a jump. Very, very nice. So Noddy, and he's gotten it all the way out here, which is still pretty handy. Alan Ahern, oh no, Peter, sorry, Budgie now. Wide all the way out here to Rusty Tuck. Alistair's there, runs in behind his defender, and Rusty puts it onto the stick of Ajit. And here's Ross Stendon, I think that is now. Is that Ross or is it Paul? No, it's Paul. Robbo goes on the reverse stick. Josh is coming in, managed to get the stick on that and throw it out over the sideline. So just gained a little bit of time there for his team. Paul Marquardt's hurt his hammy or quad or something here, number 2. Alistair's holding up his hand to the umpire, pleading for a bit of help, but nobody's interested. Robbo there loses out, tried to take on his player and didn't manage to do so. Robbo's picked up the ball here, he's been playing centre half, but he's come all the way back to try and help out. And he's drilled one long. It's to him sitting down the other end of the field. Been an awful lot of attention in that defensive 23 for Gray, so he's set it down there to allow the players to move out into position and reset, even though it turns the ball over to the opposition. Sometimes it's a move that you can play at this level. And then you'll see that players have moved back into position. Alistair Hogg inside left. Budgie's back in the centre half. Rod Hurst, white cap there, inside right. Budgie on the ball now. Plays it back to Hurst. Goes back to Budgie. Takes a look. Gets it through Alan Ahern on the run there, running into that gap in between defenders. He was on the 4-stick if he could have connected, but he couldn't get on it. So it's free out to Green. Green don't seem to be in any great hurry here. This is the 4th game in 2 days for these teams. So at over 60s level it's a lot of hockey. But it's been played in a great spirit. And that's a miss-hit straight as far. It's quicker to Rusty Tuck. Good recovery from Green. He cut out the pass to Alistair Hogg there, so he knew where the pass was going. Rusty probably could have just hung on to that a little bit. He's snappy now. Puts it through. Josh comes in at him, and Alistair backs them up. But an obstruction there to Ian Creevy. So Green come away with the ball. They're aware just coming back into the field. Oh, there's a lovely ball through, but cleaned up around the back. Peter, there's your player right there, Peter, you can use him. No, he wants to take on Snappy, which he does. Shows him one way, comes back the other. And then back across court to change the angle, nicely done. Comes out wide, that's it, move the team, make them move. An unfortunate mistrap on that side, sees the ball go out. Players are struggling to get down on their reverse side at this point in the carnival because their backs are tired and sore after such a lot of hockey in such a short space of time. Number 7 Dale here still trying to get back on the field. Meanwhile the play dribbles along on the far sideline. So Green to retake. And puts it into contest. Gray come out with the ball as far as Budgie. Looks up, comes out wide here. Hogg. Had a nice player out here on the wing, which was Rusty. He decided to flick it back inside. He has a particular style of play, one of his standard moves, where he actually pops the ball through the player's legs and runs around the player and regathers on the other side. Of course, you do need a lot of space. Noddy now on the burst, interchange with Dale. As I'm saying, you do need a lot of space in order to make that work, and if there's a sweeper or a defender in behind your player, then you're pretty sure to lose out. Robbo breaks down the play and sends it back up the sideline for Hammond to retake. Now this is where Gray needs an option round the back. See, everyone's up the field here, so Green's basically just cutting out all their options. If they had somebody down the back, they could go around and back out the other side. And Hearn's missed that one. He's going out over the sideline. But I think it looks like it's taken a touch off a Green stick, a final touch on the way through. So they got out of jail on that one, Gray, but really their defensive play coming out from a 16 was not as good as they were doing in the first half. It's certainly not good enough for this level of hockey at the moment. Budgie now has a look up, comes across the face, but straight down the main channel. And Fitzy shows, and then Alistair Hogg dives in, picked up a foot on the way through. Umpire pulls it back to the first one. It's 1-2-3 with Creevy again on the ball. Turns it nicely, trying to take on Hogg. Dale's mistrapped that one. Umpire's played it on, strangely enough. There's Dale going, comes down the centre. Here's a chance. Oh! Rusty diving in there, but good effort, but it was really on the loser. It's going to be very, very hard for him to get something on that and convert. But 100% effort. It's very nice run back from Robbo. Ray Mallion comes up all the way out of defence to take him on. Robbo slides it through. Again, the umpire's giving him the ball, but there's no way he can run through a play like that. There you go. This is the way you cook the crumbles. Pull up. Lifted. Mannion gets a chance to retake this one. Here he is now. Ray. Where's he coming off? It's tricky. Not the easiest ball to get onto. It's gone into contest on the far side, but Dale's managed to get it and unfortunately just put it back onto the green stick. Now it's come back to Buller. He's thrown it through. Peter's cleaned up. Good running Peter. Mallion is trying to lead out this side. Alistair Hogg jumps in on the mistrap from Creevy. Alistair shows one way, goes the other, and cleaned up by Fitzy, who now goes on the reverse tick to Snappy. 1-2. Oh, Budgie nearly had that, but not quite. Dale slides in and nearly had it as well, but again not quite. So inch perfect passing from Green, very nicely done. That's what it has to be at this level when you've got players who are really in the hunt for the ball. And here's a player out wide, which he's found. That's Snappy again. Alistair slides his way across. He's got no option down deep, so Snappy does the right thing, comes back and recycles. Back to Fitzy in the centre half position. Budgie tries to break down play. There's three greens around here, all in one little triangle. Nicely done. Snappy sort of lost the ball there somehow or another, and Alistair's put his stick in. Creevy's kept going, tripped over Alistair's stick, and so the umpire's given him the hit, which is fair enough too. So it should be. Alistair's walked away instead of staying in the play here. He's trying to get a substitution when the play is going on under his feet. So manager there, Stephen Blakey, telling him to get on with it and take your cap with you. We've got two players that can go 1-2, 1-2. And that's come across and taken Wally Hammond's foot. He's saying no, it was all stick umpire, but the umpire's not listening. So corner for Green, Green Tree Parrots. Green, the King Parrots in green, not the Tree Parrots. Robbo about to inject again, or hit as it is. They have to watch him for his dinky die, little hesitation, hit out. Oh, comes up to the top here. It's a shot on target, not cleared, and that's a back stick. We've got on the top there Ross Standen number 4, Paul Marquardt number 2 on the top of the D, both of them. Keith Robertson on the injection, and Ian Creevy on the right there, number 10, Snarpy. Well, let's see what Robbo's got this time on the injection. Nicely out. Another shot. Played on from the umpire, missed by Gray, and it's lifted up. Yeah, nice, easy, good positioning there from Paul Marquardt, and an easy finish. Marty Van Pruge tried to close the angle, couldn't get there in time. The defence were misplaced or unplaced due to the breakdown in play, and that often happened around a short corner. But the forward still has to have the presence of mind in order to see what the gap is and to finish, and that's exactly what Marquardt did. Ray gets the restart, comes out to Noddy, number 3, and he's stepping over the ball, drawing a tackle. The umpire's played on through advantage. He's slow around the back now, Hammond. Out to the right, Malian. Tried to go long down the wing, didn't get enough on it. The postman returns it with interest on the Target Buller over that side. He goes long down into the corner. Again, just to get the opposition to back off and reset into the corner. When you're 2-0 up and you're late in the game, you might as well have the ball deep in the opposition half and let them try and work it out. Hammond, nothing on this left side for Gray, so they're forcing it to play down the right hand side, going back into contest quite a bit. And this ball's come out all the way here to this side. Peter managed to get in front of Snarpy. Budgie's had to drop all the way back onto the top of the D effectively. Comes over the top here to Noddy. And Noddy gets his feet apart in case he was trapped, which is a good way to do it. Noddy has a look right and then sends it left, but Buller was waiting for that. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Marquardt, beg your pardon. Comes up now, gives it to Robbo. He's got Mitchell outside if he can use him. And nobody's threatening him, so he's just taking his time. Somebody needs to do something. Now we play on. And that's good play from Green, but unfortunately it's 1-0. There was a player leading out there. Didn't have the legs to get there in time. Hammond walks up the field. 1-2. First time deflection. Long ball. And that's out and all the way down the other end. And there's Cocky in goal. Bruce Cock goes out there, gets the ball, gives it back to his team. All the way, Noddy. There you go, fellas. Andre Anthony. Yeah, missed by everyone. Tiredness again. The legs have gone. Yeah, the willingness to chase the ball has gone. And the bar is open and it's looking good. Oh, nice run, left, right. There's the ball across the face of goal now. It's keeper's down, Cocky's down. Oh, keeper was down on the near post. Needed to get that ball past him. At least pull it back. It was the last play of the game, so that's 2-0 to the King Parrots.